This is indeed a disturbing universe.
Steve! Steve! Steve!
What? What is it, Mr. Gopher?
You know, you didn't do a video last week, and it's already like halfway through Saturday now. What's going on?
Honestly, Mr. Gopher, I'm just sick of it. I don't care anymore. I mean, look at my last couple of videos. 50 views? And how many years have I been doing this? Nobody cares. Nobody cares about, just my stupid opinions, My stupid opinions aren't stupid enough, to be a major player in this game. Plus, the state of the world right now. I don't even want to talk about the state of the world. I give up, man. I give up.
No, Steve, don't give up. You haven't run out of ideas yet. I mean, you might be scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Bottom of the barrel, huh? Bottom of the barrel. Hello, greetings, and welcome. Welcome to the Stereo 999 YouTube channel. I am your host, the artist formerly known as Stereo Steve. And here we are. I'm here. I'm doing it. I'm doing another video. I've been busy like reorganizing all of my albums and just kind of tweaking the categories. I mean, I don't have super niche categories. I have pretty basic categories. But there are some categories that only have a few records in them. And here's one of them. This is straight to bargain bin cover band records. They were prominent through the 60s and 70s. Not the original artists for the low price of a low price. And of course we know about like all the fake Beatle records that came out at the height of Beatlemania, to kind of deceive your mom when when you send your mom out to buy you a Beatles record back in the 60s. And oh, this is much cheaper. Or the one I showed, this tribute to Stevie Wonder on Pickwick, which I got one of my record digging trips with Mystery Matt, I think. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about these records. I mean, basically, they were manufactured in order to end up straight into the bargain bin. People buy them for cheap, either not knowing what they are or not caring, or like my mom used to say, oh, we'd bring those records to parties to dance to so our good records didn't get all scratched up. But here's one. This is 12 Tops Today's Pop Hits. And no artist listed. And it's on the Stereo Gold Award record label, which supposedly was Werner Mueller who ran this label. His famous quote, "We're not in the recording business, we're in the plastic, we're not in the music business, we're in the plastic selling business." Alex Boggs is a young man with hair down to his knees, as the man said, that sings and plays a wailing guitar under the name The Purple Fox. This is where I first heard that quote about we're not in the music. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's in here. Yeah, Leo Mueller. We're not in the recording business. We're in the plastics business. But they did reissue one of the most sought after of the Exploito cover band. This is a tribute to Jimi Hendrix by the Purple Fox. So that's where we're at with these here. Here's one here. Disco Gold, top tunes of today. And, you know, the title is to cash in on the disco craze. And it's not necessarily all discos. Night Moves, Muskrat Love, which, you know, too many versions of that song exist. That's part of what's wrong with this timeline. But yeah, it's just basically a cover band running through these tunes, you know. More Pickwick. This has got some great artwork. I don't know who this artist is, but Hustle Hits, Disco Duck, and Others. And by the Disco with a K band. I mean, look at these high heels, you know. I mean, that's where house and rave, like, you know, fixed disco by, you know, making it so you didn't dress up in fancy clothes and get all sweaty while you danced. You just wore, you know, more comfortable clothes. But yeah, it's got Disco Duck, Get Up and Boogie, Do the Hustle. And here's how you do the hustle if you want to take a screenshot of this. Tap your foot and step and do the hustle, you know. This one I forgot. Somebody famous I think was in this, but the Now generation. This is a little more early 70s, you know. And look at these wholesome all-Americans here doing Get Back, In the Ghetto, Aquarius, Good Morning Starshine. Yeah. On Spar Records. The Now generation. Speaking of that, Sounds of the Woodstock Age. And basically it's another Pickwick. The earlier Pickwicks are on the silver label. And Ride, Captain, Ride. And it's got little fake stage announcements and stuff. So it's basically a fake Woodstock soundtrack with songs that were not even in Woodstock or performed at Woodstock. Like Mama Told Me Not to Come and Question and Ooh, Child. Alright, Super 74 as advertised on TV. And look at all these. I mean, these are songs you don't even want to hear the original versions of, like John Denver, Annie's song, The Way We Were. And I'll have to say I love you in a song. We had joy, we had fun. Radar Love. Please come to Boston. You know, don't let your sun go down on me. Band on the Run. And I'd like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Fred Renner for donating this to whatever thrift store I found it in. We'll be right back after this word.
Benny and the Jets, just one of the 20 top hits in this giant collection from TEJ Records. Listen to the sounds of today on these two super albums. Yesterday's biggest hits, The Entertainer, Hooked on a Feeling, and Oh My My. You get chartbusters like The Show Must Go On, Sunshine on My Shoulder, and Mockingbird.
Well, the rain exploded with a mighty crash as we
Dynamite, it's Band on the Run, and you also get Let It Ride and Seasons in the Sun.
Don't you worry about a thing.
Don't you worry about a thing. Yes, it's one of today's 20 top hits. Tubular Bells and Top 20 Rock, the big sounds of today's big hits on 2 super LPs. Because of low royalties, we can't reveal the artists.
Yeah, that's right. And here it is. 20 top hits on TEJ Records. And it's got Benny and the Jets, Show Must Go On, all this. And really the catch with these mail order special TV offers is you do get the 2 records, but just a really flimsy cover that they're shoved into. And yeah, again, some of the same songs that were on the other one, you know, Let It Ride and the Lord's Prayer. You know, we need to pray, you know. All right. This one's actually kind of good. This is, I'm guessing that the band is called the Realistics because they sold this at Radio Shack. But the year in music's greatest hits, and it looks like the year was 1979. Ring My Bell, Reunited, Heart of Glass, Knock on Wood, I Will Survive, What a Fool Believes, Do You Think I'm Sexy? Of course you don't. That's why I only got 50 views on my... Le Freak, My Sharona. But these are well-recorded and well-done cover versions. Even to the point where I've actually used this in DJ sets, and it sounded legit. So this is pretty alright. Alright, so is that it? Actually, no, I got a couple more. I got a couple more that are on 8-track tapes that I'll close out with. This is Disco Dynamite by the Disco Dudes. And it's on Columbia, which makes it even more amazing how bad this is, that it's on a major label. But yeah, the Disco Dudes with Disco Dynamite. And again, Pickwick, which I guess Lou Reed and John Cale were disgruntled Pickwick studio musicians when they formed the Velvet Underground, right? Actually, you know what? Since I mentioned Lou Reed's involvement with Pickwick, I do have, you know, this is the one. It's Design Records, which was like in the Pickwick family of labels. But this is called Soundsville. And basically it's a fake compilation because it's being billed as being all of these different bands when it was really just the same crew of musicians that made all these songs, which included Lou Reed and John Cale. But this was different because it was not covers. These were all original songs on this album. So this makes it a little different than the majority of these things, which are just kind of cover band records. You're Driving Me Insane by the Roughnecks, which is billed as From England. Lou Reed sings the lead on that. That's a pretty rockin' song. And it's been reissued on compilations. Also, Cycle Annie by the Beach Nuts, which is from the country of motorcycle. Also with Lou Reed. You can hear him doing some background vocals on some other... I don't know if they ever did a straight reissue of this actual album, if they just put tracks. Also, some of those tracks ended up on this thing here, which is called Out of Sight, which also includes Paul Revere and the Raiders and Joe Tex. But then the J Brothers and the High Lifes and the Beach Nuts were from that other Soundsville compilation. And this is kind of fleshed out to be a little closer to a legit compilation. But anyway, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Music from the soundtrack. So it's a fake soundtrack of something that's already fake. And again, just pretty much a subpar cover band doing this. Okay then, that's my video. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and peace. Yeah, new policy. It's not going to be new videos every Saturday. It's going to be just whenever I frickin' feel like it. Just because, you know. Stop. 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 Stop.
Your Audi is fond of music and owns many records.